Hey, what is going on, guys? It's the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. To talk about the HBO Max um, video. HBO Max terrible pricing model. So, HBO Max is coming out at the end of May 27th, 2020. Which is probably the worst time to come out in the history of streaming services because we're in this pandemic and we won't know where we are going to be in May. Hopefully, we'll be in better shape in May, by the end of May, than we are right now. But this is not a good time for HBO or Warner Brothers or whatever for them to be launching the streaming service. The streaming service is set up for failure. Like, the price is outrageous. Why the hell would you charge $14.99 a month to someone when there are many more cheaper options to go to? I don't understand. Does this seem so illogical? And not to mention, $14.99 is their bare minimum. Like, they don't have any other package deals going on or anything like that. I was looking to try and compare. Hulu, obviously their basic package is $5.99. Compared to their premium package, which is $11.99, and that's obviously without the ads and stuff like that. But then you got Netflix. They have their what's it called? Their $7.99 basic package. And then they got their I think it's $12.99, or it may have gone up to $12.99 for their standard package. But the thing is, what stands out with Netflix is they have a basic package, which is $8.99, which is still goddamn. I mean, it's expensive, but it's still cheaper than the WWE Network. So I mean, there's that. There is no basic package for HBO Max. It's $14.99. That's their standard tier. They have no basic package to speak of. And you got Disney Plus that launched last year at $6.99 a month, which is far better than Netflix. And again, Netflix has their standards as well. It doesn't seem like Warner Brothers has learned, and especially during this pandemic with people laid off from their jobs, there's no way people are buying this. There's no way I can see people buying this, especially during people with families that got laid off from work, that have to meet end meets. There's no way they're going to pay for this over something much cheaper in cost expense. You know what I mean there? It doesn't make sense. And not to mention HBO Max. There's other options you can go with when it comes to HBO. You got HBO Go, which is a minor service compared to HBO Max. And then there's HBO Now. I mean, you're keeping those things going, but it just, to me, it doesn't stupid. Plus, you got the app or whatever. Was it DC Universe, the shitty DC Universe? That was $6.99, and that app has totally failed badly, and so you got that still lingering around. And the people that are buying that are going to be like, well, why would I buy this when I'm just interested in the DC stuff? And all the DC stuff's already on the Warner Brothers service or the DC Universe service, so why would you buy this? This just seems terrible. This is totally set up for failure. So bad. Especially when you take into account that we're in a pandemic. people are not going to buy this for $14.99. More people are probably going to stick to these other streaming services. I don't HBO Max, right? Warner Brothers just doesn't seem to understand how the streaming services work, because they're not learning the formulas. Disney learned the formula. They learned what Netflix was doing. They learned what Hulu was doing. Obviously, they control Hulu now, but they learned what they were doing, and now they are doing very successful with the Disney thing. And the thing is, with the HBO Max, not everything's going to be on there. It's not going to be like, oh, squeaky clean, everything will be on there. Like Disney, for the most part, most of their stuff, their library was on there. Not everything, but for the most part, a lot of the stuff was on there. It doesn't seem like, with HBO Max, you're not going to get that. And yeah, I don't understand this concept. Especially with this pandemic, the price is way too high, especially with the streaming services. I don't understand why they don't have a basic package. Hulu has a basic package. Netflix has a basic package. This is totally set up for failure. This is gonna fail. This reeks of failure. DC Universe has already got them a loss in profit. I don't understand. Well, I don't even know how it's still around right now, but it's somehow still floundering around, for the most part. But it's not making a profit, and they lost a lot of money. I mean, that has been confirmed. They lost money on the launch of DC Universe. But HBO Max has not. It reeks of failure because, one, we're in a pandemic right now, so people that would have probably bought it aren't going to buy it because they're laid off from their jobs, and the people that were lucky enough to not be laid off from their jobs, that are still working, that still have a job where they are able to work, are probably not going to buy it because they're probably worried about if they're going to get laid off, because things can close within days, without any day's notice, basically. So people could be concerned that, oh, well, now, we got to save money just in case something happens. So you already have those people in there. And especially with me right now, there's no way I could get it for $14.99. There's no way I could buy it. Disney Plus, I could swing because it's $6.99. But for $14.99 for a whole vault of content, as much as I would love that, the price is way too much. And not to mention, again, I'm assuming it's going to be accessible to the PlayStation 4, because if it isn't, then Warner Brothers still hasn't learned from DC Universe's mistake, since this is going to be a mainstream platform. But this is something that, to me, feels like it's gonna fail. I don't know, but the price, to me, is way too high for it. And I don't see how this thing ends up being successful. It's way too high. They're coming in. See, there's a lot of reasons why this is going to fail. And if this does fail, I guarantee you they're going to blame the pandemic for it. That's what a lot of these businesses that are failing are going to blame everything on. They're going to blame it on the pandemic, for why they failed. But the reality of it, $14.99 is still a lot, even for when you're not in a crisis like this. When the competition has basic packages that you can go through. This is something that HBO Max should have done. They should have followed the formula that Netflix and Hulu has done. Obviously Disney Plus, their package is $6.99, which is even much better. They have the same formula that HBO Max has, but they're twice as cheaper as HBO. And again, this to me is just Warner Brothers being petty about it. How can something like Disney have a streaming service that's pretty much going to be the same thing as HBO Max will be, but be twice as cheaper than HBO Max? Okay, so Disney Plus is probably going to win this. Well, they're already winning it because they're already out right now. But when they have to go head to head with HBO Max, they're probably going to win out on this one because they're giving away the same amount of contents from their library as HBO Max is going to give from their library, but you're getting it for much less. And again, if they wanted to have a exclusive thing for their streaming service, they should have followed the formula that Hulu is following, that Hulu did, which is still around, and that is do a basic package for less money, but maybe not in full on HD, and you have to run ads like Hulu, and then you do your big tier $14.99 bullcrap price, and then you get HD quality and no ads, because that's what Hulu's doing. Obviously, they're $2 cheaper than HBO Max is for their standard tier, but again, they have a basic package. So, to me, this is set up for failure. The pandemic is going to hesitate people from buying this because they're laid off from their jobs right now. And the people that aren't laid off from their jobs are probably going to try to hold on to their money because they could get laid off at any day notice. So yeah, that's gonna hurt that. And then again, the price for the price is very expensive compared to the other competitors. The other competitors are much cheaper to get the service. So to me, from what I'm looking at, is HBO Max is going to fail unless they realize their mistake, which come May 27th, if they don't get as many subscribers as they need, trust me, there's going to be some issues. Because the only way a streaming service is successful is if you have your subscribers. Because at the end of the day, you need money. You need money. That is what keeps everything around. Without the money, you're pretty much screwed. And you're going to see, if there's not enough turnout, they're probably going to have to double down. Which I'm kind of hoping will happen, is they're going to have to double down and say, you give out a basic package. Because if they gave out a basic package for lesser stuff, like standard quality rather than, HD quality, or ads are run on the videos like Hulu, for like $8.99 or $7.99 for like a Hulu type deal for a basic package, that is much more affordable than this that they're giving. So that's my take on this. HBO Max, to me, is going to fail because it's not something that people are going to be interested in when you compare it to the other streaming services that are out there. Plus, you have to take into account that the coronavirus thing right now is going to hesitate even more people that probably would have gotten it are not going to get it because of this, because their jobs might be laid off, or they're trying to save money because they fortunately still have a job, but are going to be hesitant because they don't know if they're going to be losing their job in any day. So, yeah, that's my take on this. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate, if you like this video, my videos, please subscribe, and that's about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. I'm out of here. Peace!